We made it back and better than ever. Just want to say greetings to you all. This is going to be a video that talks about how to improve your mobile app experience. This will be a two-part video. One is really tied to the performance, the user experience, the connection, the things you need to do to improve your application. We're talking about things like simplifying the navigation, why that matters, onboarding, and so much more. So in this lesson, we'll cover them from top to bottom. And then I will break that out in part 2 and give you a little bit more of what that looks like when you start to build gamification inside that app. So if that's your jam like it is mine, without further ado, let's just jump right into it and show you what are some of the things you can do to improve your mobile app and digital product experience. Take a look. This is the only thing you need to know about how to keep users on your app. Keep the user experience simple. What if I told you there were essential strategies that you can add to your app or website to make it both fun and engaging for users to keep coming back for more? Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Anticio Duke, a product design strategist from Chicago. I've individually contributed and led design teams for some of the top tech and SaaS companies alike. I've learned that developers, entrepreneurs, and product designers alike, they all can benefit from creating a better app experience for their users and grow in the process. While you may be tempted to do like other developers and add all the bells, the whistles, the badges, and the points you can dream of, let me stop you there. Like, seriously, let me stop you. You must remember one crucial rule. Simplicity is king. If users are overwhelmed with too many options and confused about how to use your app, they're gonna check out faster than you can actually press delete on your phone. Complicated user journeys, multi-step features, all of these things overload, and even the lack of onboarding can shift how audience, viewers, users, and all of them perceive and use your app. No one really wants to feel like they're solving a Rubik's Cube just to use your app or website. How do you make it very clear to the user and make that user experience as straightforward as possible while still keeping all of the gamified goodies happening? Let's break that down into a few key principles to simplify things without sacrificing the fun. Step 1 in this process, you want to design with a clear goal in mind. Before diving into design, ask yourself this. What's the main goal of this app? Gamification should be the icing on the cake, not the entire cake itself. If everything is shiny, ornate, and nothing really stands out, it takes away. So identify your app's core process, and rather than try to overshadow it with things, make sure you focus on the core things that it's supposed to do. Here's how you do that. Focus on the essentials. If your app is about learning a new language, keep the lessons as its main point and attraction. Adding things like leaderboards, challenges, and things, they should be there to help boost motivation, not steal the show. Align your gamification elements with the goals. If you're rewarding users, make sure it aligns with their objectives. Offer points or progress indicators that directly relate to the main task of the app. This will make it very, very useful for them. Don't add achievements because they're there and just for fun. Focus on the ones that make sense. Next, identify user needs. Create the app that solves the problem of your user in the best way, and they will reward you with tons of things. Downloads, signups, purchases, reviews, so much more. You start with solving your users' needs, not the other way around. Simplify the navigation. Imagine going into a store to make a purchase, and you need to go past 10 doors in order to get to checkout. Or let's say you're traveling through an airport and you go through security and they force you through these long, lengthy trails of emptiness just to get to the front of the line. It can be very frustrating. That's how users feel when they have to go through these multiple screens and steps just to find their rewards, check their progress, or simply complete a task. Keep the navigation as streamlined as possible. I've done a video on that I'll leave here. Make it available, so review that. But in the meantime, here's a few tips. Use some intuitive icons and labels. It can be tempting to add fun labels like the achievement vault or the treasure chest, but don't overdo it. Make sure the labels are clear and they tell users exactly what they're clicking on. If labeling rewards feels clearer and easy to understand than treasure chest, go with that. It's simple. Next, reduce the number of screens. Every additional screen a user has to move through can add complexity. Try to fit key features onto fewer screens. For instance, if users have to view both points and badges on one view instead of two, do just that. Add shortcuts to popular actions. If there's a feature that users will do frequently, like check their status or posting something, make it a one-tap feature, either through a shortcut on the home screen or a floating button or something of that nature. Keep it simple. If your app feels like a choose-your-own-adventure maze, users will get really, really frustrated. So keep it simple and get them to the good stuff fast. Remember this: the fewer taps, the better your app. Don't overload the user with information. Applications can showcase a ton of data, points, levels, all of these things that you can think of. Bombarding these users with all of this information at once is like trying to drink from a fire hose. It's way too much. There's a thing that developers and users need to be mindful of, and this is cognitive overload. It occurs when there's too much information that exceeds the capacity of the person's working memory. So your ability to make decisions, complete tasks for performance, all of that decrease due to the overwhelm. Now, it can affect the most tech-savvy, the most intelligent person, as it's a condition that really doesn't discriminate. A good rule of thumb is to keep that information and deliver it. Make it focused and very purposeful. Let's go over some ways to avoid information overload. First, show progress gradually. Instead of showing all the stats on the home screen at once, only display the most relevant information. Users can view full progress or history if they wanted to, but keep the home view free of all clutter. Should be like your room. Prioritize visuals over numbers. Use progression bars, simple icons, color indicators to show users how they're doing instead of this long list of numbers. A quick scanning visual is much easier to process, and people will actually love that because they like to scan information very, very quickly. Space out your notifications. Don't spam users and add too many notifications about their progress or tasks. Highlight the big achievements and save the smaller ones for a less busy moment so users don't feel bombarded every time they open the app. When you consider things during development, think about timing of delays of alerts, triggered events, notifications, and task communication. Keeping information delivery gradual and visually digestible will make users feel excited, not overwhelmed. Remember, less is more sometimes. Create a smooth onboarding process. You could have the most amazing app, But if users don't understand how to use it in the first few minutes, it's game over. A smooth onboarding process will teach users how to interact with your app and make sure they know what all of those elements are there for. For a more painless onboarding experience, you should try the following. Teach through action. Instead of showing slideshows or text-heavy instructions, let users learn by doing. Guide them to complete their first task or unlock their first reward in a way that's natural and super intuitive. Use tooltips wisely. Tooltips like little pop-up hints. They're created to help users understand certain features, but try not to overdo it. Too many of these pop-ups at once can be very, very overwhelming. And you might want to introduce them gradually as they explore things throughout the app. Skipp-ibility. That's that a word? I'll make it a word. Make things skippable. Not everyone is into guided tours or coaching. It's like building IKEA furniture. Some people just refuse to use the instructions that comes with the product. Allow users the option to skip that onboarding, especially if they feel confident that they can figure it out on their own. A solid onboard experience is like setting up a tent. The stakes are low. If done right, you will save a world of frustration down the road. And since we're dealing with humans, let's take the human first approach. First impression on any app, that matters, just like it does with people. Ensure rewards are easy and simple to claim. A key part in gamification is rewarding users, but you must make sure that it's super easy for them to do so, to claim those rewards. There's nothing worse than you earning something like a badge or points and then not knowing how you can actually receive them. For an effortless reward experience and making it easy, go with the following. Keep redemption simple. If users earn points, coins, badges, whatever, let them redeem them easily and without the complicated process. Don't send them on a scavenger hunt to find them, because that will really, really hurt the retention in the end. Show users what rewards can be used for. Sometimes users don't even realize what they're working towards. If you offer an in-app purchase or extra content, show users what they can get with the rewards they've earned. Maybe a banner or a notification of sorts, a label saying unlocked with 100 points, or something like that. That feature could work. It's clear and it helps them understand. Highlight new rewards very clearly. When users unlock these badges or elements, make it clear and celebratory. Don't just clutter the experience with endless notification. A quick micro interaction or colorful animation is often enough for them to feel like they've accomplished something without giving them extra steps. Clear rewards keep users motivated without adding unnecessary complexity. And in the spirit of Halloween, it's like giving them a treat without the trick. See what I did there? There you have it. Some great techniques that you can use to simplify things, to make it easier for your user. I'm sure that some of them may seem a little obvious, but there is a challenge with how to execute those in your product. This video covers that. Also, there's some that require you taking a step back and looking at that product from a user's lens and say, hey, really do a deep dive and assess where you are and what you're trying to accomplish with that mobile app. And if you want to learn more about how to do that when you start to add gamification, check out this video and we'll see you in the next one.